How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we're going to be talking about Tesla stock and the overall stock market. We're going to be talking about exactly what to expect for Tesla stock for the next few days. We have some really important economic data coming out tomorrow. We have the revised Q1 GDP numbers coming out. We also going to be talking about Amazon stock split, what to expect for Amazon stocks too. So make sure you stay tuned. We're going to be talking about all this important information in this video coming up. As you can see over here, we have Tesla sitting at $658.80. We're up 4.88%. We had a pretty solid day today. We went up straight from the market open till close. After hours, we're down slightly. When you compare Tesla stock with the overall stock market, as you can see, we have the overall market that was also positive. We have the FOMC minutes that happened. There is no big surprise. They talked about exactly how they're going to be increasing interest rates by 50 basis points on the next two meetings, so there was no big surprise on that aspect. So the stock market liked that, and we went up. As you can see, we have Amazon up 2.57%, Apple, Microsoft, and we have the energy sector just continuously going higher and higher. But for Amazon, we have an individual catalyst, which is Amazon stock split is going to be set on June 3rd. The shareholders met today and they confirmed and they approved the 20-for-1 stock split. So this is going to be really interesting to see how Amazon stock behaves. Of course, Amazon is invested in another electric vehicle company, which is Rivian. On their earnings call recently, they talked about how they're losing a lot of money with that investment. At one point, Rivian stock, when it IPO'd last year, it went up above $100, right now sitting below $50, and Amazon has been losing billions and billions of dollars in spite of that. So that's going to be really interesting. But let me know in the comments below, are you going to be investing in Amazon stock? Amazon stock in the past has traded above $3,000, and for several years has traded above $1,000. And right now, with the stock split, it's going to be really, really attractive for new retail investors that wanted to buy Amazon stock. But for the overall stock market, as you can see over here, we had a relatively good day. We have the S&P 500 ETF SPY up 0.88%. We have some important economic data coming out tomorrow. We have the initial jobless claims coming out at 8:30 a.m. We also have the GDP data for Q1 revised version coming out at 8:30 a.m. So that's going to be really interesting to see, because we know that a few weeks ago when they announced the Q1, it was negative GDP data that came out. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that can have an impact with the overall stock market. So if we can have a continuation to the upside for the S&P 500, that will help Tesla stock too, because as you can see, Tesla stock is also sitting at a pretty decent price of $658. The important price level that we're watching for Tesla for the past few weeks was $650, and we closed above the $650, which is really, really good. The volume is also just slightly higher today. The buying is not really that convincing, but as you can see, we've been getting a lot of negative headlines, and Tesla stock has been trending to the downside, unfortunately, because we've been getting multiple negative catalysts pushing this stock down. But we got some positive news coming out recently that we have Cathie Wood that's been aggressively buying Tesla stock, and we also got some updates on how they're trying to catch up with production in Shanghai Gigafactory. So that is a positive news. But if we get any kind of new updates or new positive catalysts for Tesla, it can definitely get a significant bounce that can push it above $700. But unfortunately, the headlines that we're getting recently is that analysts coming out slashing their price targets and etc. So that did not help Tesla stock to perform. But right now, if you're a long-term investor that wanted to buy into Tesla stock like Cathie Wood, it seems like Tesla is sitting at a very, very attractive price point at a very big discount, and we might see if we can get a continuation move to the upside tomorrow based off of what kind of economic data that we're going to be getting from the GDP number, initial jobless claims data, and etc. So for tomorrow, the key price point levels that we're watching again is going to be $650. If we have a continuation move to the upside, we might get closer to $700. That is a price level that is a resistance, which is right around over here. We'll see how Tesla can behave as it get closer to that. And if we get any kind of negative news or the overall market just continues to drag down to the downside, we might see Tesla stock retesting the $620 price point level. So these are going to be the key price point levels that we need to be watching for Tesla. So another important thing to watch out for, of course, is that another important thing that we're going to talk about is going to be the new Toyota electric vehicle car. So we're going to be watching a detailed breakdown of this vehicle, exactly how they are planning it to produce some of the car features. And last year they announced They're going to be joining the veteran companies that are going to be switching their attention to electric vehicles, like we have Ford, General Motors, Volkswagen, etc. Now we have Toyota that is trying to definitely catch up to this electric vehicle game and try to potentially be a threat to Tesla. So we're going to watch a detailed breakdown video of that, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to give a look at exactly what to expect for Amazon stock.
After years of lagging in the category, the world's biggest automaker by sales is coming for Tesla. Toyota, whose market cap is actually less than half of Tesla's, upping their game with the BZ4X. Really rolls off the tongue, huh? Yahoo Senior Autos reporter, proud Supermanian here to talk Toyota. That awesome name aside, what do we know about the car? I can't get past it. Okay, I got to start there.
It's tough.
Why wouldn't you have something catchy, man? I mean, I know you're not a Toyota executive, but I'm just asking.
It's just so Toyota to do something like that, right? You know, we're still talking about the world's largest automaker, but they're like, hey, here's our first attempt, the BZ4X, right? And it looks kind of very Toyota-y, you know, like a RAV4. It's got, 250 miles of range, 200 horsepower, nothing special. So it's kind of like this unenthusiastic effort into this space, we might say, but it's going to start at $43,000 before incentives. So this is where Toyota operates. They can make those cheap cars people want. And for the most part, most EVs are too expensive for most Americans. So I think there might be a little space here for Toyota to kind of hop in and say, hey, not the sexiest car in the world, but one you can actually buy when it's on the lot.
You're going to have to test drive this one soon. But I'm curious, what have the reviews been so far of this car?
I read a couple that said it was fine, but doesn't have a frunk, right? Which is kind of a big deal for EVs, right? It doesn't have a frunk.
That's the front trunk, right?
Exactly,
All right.
exactly. It doesn't have like the regen braking. So it's like drives like a car, but doesn't have some of the EV features that we're sort of hearing about that people want.
Yeah.
The one thing it is very interesting, 90% of battery life intact after 10 years.
Yeah, I read that. I was a little surprised. Usually it's around 70s, so hey, maybe they got something going. You know?
Hey, man, Toyotas do last forever. And we talked prior about Tesla, of course, because Tesla has twice the market cap, more than twice, as I mentioned, but the stock has been hammered. What's going on?
And it used to be a lot more, right? And it's almost down by half since hitting highs in November. And now we're talking about recent issues with, Musk's big Twitter saga, right? That's sort of weighing on shares. Also, but other stuff like component shortages across the whole industry. The China shutdown, the Shanghai COVID shutdowns in China really affecting their Chinese production, right? And also recent allegations against Musk with sexual harassment allegations at SpaceX. So these are the things that are kind of hurting the stock and kind of dropping the share price. And, Wall Street community not happy about it. Our friend Dan Ives talking about how this is an overhang, this is a clown show. Tony Sacconaghi talking about how Musk might have to sell more shares to reach margin requirements if the stock goes down even more. So it's not a lot of good news here for the company. But, they had a great quarter last quarter, another all-time record in sales. So it's not all bad, so we'll see what happens. But it's still like not a great Q2 so far for Tesla.
But the fundamentals are still the same of the company, right?
Exactly right. They've been able to persevere through Q1 that was tough for the manufacturers. So they've done that, and so there's some positive momentum going into Q2.
Yeah, and it's also going to be interesting just to see the lockdowns in China, how big of an effect that will have on Tesla, because we know China is so critical in terms of the future growth of Tesla. So if those lockdowns continue, that could also be a real headwind.
Yeah, a month of sales or a month of production might be gone from April.
Yeah.
Zero COVID policy. They're not shying away from it.
As you can see over here, we have Amazon stock that's sitting at $2,135. As you can see over here, we have a pretty decent support of $2,000 for Amazon. So if you want to buy Amazon, you can definitely get into it before the stock split. But this stock definitely has been trading in a downtrend. As you can see over here, the past few days, the NASDAQ has been aggressively going down, and Amazon is just going down with it. So if you're somebody that wants to speculate with Amazon, you can definitely do it, because we're sitting at a very critical price point of around $2,000. And if it breaks below $2,000, we might see a massive breakdown. But right now, it seems like it is close to the support area. So if you want to speculate on the potential rally that can happen with the stock split when it happens and etc., you can risk off of this $2,000 level and get involved in it. But Amazon stock has been trending lower and lower in the past few weeks. It's been in a downtrend, so it's definitely risky. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Amazon stock? Are you going to be buying before the stock split? I'd love to hear your opinion. Of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bell, and I'll catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.